So, yesterday we got our first look at the first look at the Clayface movie that is now starting to film. It will be released September, literally 1 year from now. And yeah, Clayface is kind of is kind of an interesting pick for one of the big DC films, right after Supergirl, no less. So yeah, think on that for a second. The next two in the DC Gods and Monsters franchise are as follow. Just really think on that. Supergirl, then Clayface, right after Superman. I will say that while I do think James Gunn's universe is really cool. It's really hard because it's very clear, it's starting to feel like Gunn doesn't have like a set plan. At first, he had like a set plan with of course, Creature Commandos coming out first, and that happened. And then he talked about like Swamp Thing and The Authority and all these other films that were like with Superman. But now we're not even like an Amanda Waller TV show that was going to be ahead of Peacekeeper Season 2. Well, Peacekeeper Season 2 is out, but now there's no where's the Amanda Waller TV show? And also the Authority movie keeps getting delayed. And we have all these other little things here and there that are not, that haven't happened, and also Clayface came out of nowhere, and we're still waiting for Batman Brave and the Bold, and we're still waiting for dynamic duo. Teen Titans was announced, and now it's not going to happen. It was say what you want about the MCU these days. At least there was a major set idea for 80% of the time, where it is here. And don't get me wrong, I am excited for whatever James Gunn has in store. I'm really excited about it. I'm just really concerned about where we're going. That's my thing, is that I'm genuinely concerned of is there a set roadmap, or are we just flying by the seat of our pants? That's kind of what we're doing. But I will say this, and I've said this before about DC as a whole, the DC films as a whole, regardless of qualities, that at least they're taking chances. Whoever thought we'd get a Clayface movie? Whoever legit thought Clayface would get a movie before this new Batman? And on top of that, who thought we'd get a Clayface movie that's with a script by Mike Flanagan, and also directed by James Watkins, who, as a horror director, I do like a few of his things, but he's still little worrisome. But we'll forget it. We'll ignore that for now. Hopefully, the Flanagan script is more than enough to keep interest going. So yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is that Clayface is the next movie, and it's going to be an R-rated horror film. That's what I really think is really cool, is that we're getting this hard R horror film from this from this group. We're basically getting a hard R horror movie that's in the vein of The Fly or something like that. So I really do think it's cool that at the very least DC keeps taking chances with R-rated, even a horror movie, a superhero horror movie, which I feel is a genre that could still work, a superhero horror film, Brightburn. And again, we were supposed to get that with the Trench film, that turned out to be a Black Manta film by James Wan that didn't happen. So there is a lot. But again, regardless, it is really cool that this is what we're doing. So let's talk about some hopes for these are going to be my hopes for this Clayface movie. These are some genuine hopes I have for this Clayface movie. So starting off, the big thing that I really hope for is that they mention Basil Karlo. That's my first and foremost. And I know that's such a small thing. I know and understand that is such a small thing to do. But my thing is, Basil is the first Clayface. Basil Karlo is the first Clayface, and it would be remiss not to have a mention of him. I know that this film is going to be officially Matt Hagen's Clayface movie, so I understand that, but I think it would be kind of cool to mention other Clayfaces as well throughout the film. The cool way to mention I think the best way to mention Basil Carlo is that Matt Hagen is an actor, and the other thing is we do know for a fact that this film is heavily inspired by the Batman two-part episode, Batman animated series episode Feet of Clay. So I think it'd be really cool, since we are having Matt Hagen as an actor. How about we have it that when Hagen was young, as a kid he would watch old Basil Carlo movies. Basil Carlo's original Clayface, he wasn't all like big and goopy at the beginning. He was actually he would just mold his face with special clay and be like a serial killer. And he was an actor who was more like based off of course, if you didn't catch from the name, Boris Karloff. Like that was the inspiration for the name. So have it be like when Matt Hagen was a kid, like he would watch all these old classic movies, and Basil Carlo movies were a big thing that made him go like, I want to be an actor. Like that would be his thing, is that he would watch those old movies, and that's how you include Carlo in the films. Now, it's also said that they're looking for a mad scientist to work with Hagen, and it's obviously the thing that puts him together, that makes him into the clay monster. I would think it would be really cool, and stay with me now. I think it would be really cool if they did Preston Payne as the Doctor. If they reveal that it was if you don't know who Preston Payne is the third Clayface. Carlo was the first, Hagen was the second, Payne is the third. I think it'd be really cool if they don't make him and his Clayface was, he had this death pheromone. He had to absorb life force from people, and he was very disfigured. So maybe have it that maybe he probably won't be disfigured or whatever, or have the death touch, but I do think it would be kind of cool if they had Preston be the Doctor who's giving him the clay and slowly mutating Hagen into the monster. So that's how you could do Preston Payne. Yeah, I don't know how you would include the female Clayface. Maybe I don't want to use her as a love interest. Maybe have her be the assistant to Payne, and since they were in a relationship, have them be together. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, the other thing I'm hoping for is that this is a Clayface movie. That this isn't a way to showcase other Batman villains. We do see from one of the screenshots, we get the Jokers, which I'm wondering what that's all about, having a Joker's game like Batman Beyond. But I think it would be really cool if we do get I don't want it to be a showcase of other Batman villains. This is Clayface's movie. 100% this is the Clayface movie, and this is also probably how they're going to showcase Gotham in the DCU. But I don't want this to be a cavalcade of other Batman villains. I just want it to be Clayface's movie. I don't want other Batman villains to overshadow Payne's movie. That I really do not want that to happen. Anyway, so there's that. Now the big question is, do we have Batman in the movie? Is this the film we get Batman? I think it's obviously been talked about. I think that's the case, is that Batman may appear. Will it be the actor they I don't know if they would say this is officially the actor we're playing Batman, or is this just a guy in a suit and they're just having it be a placeholder before we get Batman Brave and the Bold and our official actor to play Batman, and it's just a stunt actor. I think that would be if we are going to have Batman in the movie, like I said, I don't want it to be low-case Batman movie. I want this to be Clayface's story through and through. But if we are going to have Batman in the movie, I think have it be some stunt actor in the Batman, at least showcase the Batman costume, that when we finally get our Bruce Wayne cast, this is the Bat costume you're going to see. So maybe have it be like that. That would be, I think that would be and showcase, not even have him talk, not even have Batman talk, just coming at Clayface like the monster he is, scare him. I think that would be a cool idea, and the best idea, rather than try to throw overshadow Clayface with Batman. Hell, I would even say don't even say Batman's in the movie. Don't even mention you can show a bat signal, but I think it would be just even better if you don't tell the audience until the third act that Batman's here. That's how you really get people excited for this movie, is that you don't tell them Batman is in this movie at all, and just hide the fact that this is and hide that fact and have it be a big surprise, and you can be just as surprised as Hagen is when Batman shows up. So yeah. So those are just a few hopes and whatnot, but you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think, what are your hopes and wishes for the Clayface movie? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.